Most men don't want sex, they want intimacy and positive attention. It's a product of societal pressures that makes most men go after sex and stop there. We've tied men's value to how many people they sleep with, so getting someone to sleep with you for most men is essentially saying, "Ha, I've tricked someone into thinking I'm a lovable person worth being vulnerable with." The truth is, most men won't admit it, but what they really lack deep down is a source of positive attention and intimacy. Want to watch a man break down completely? Shower him in validation and wait for the walls to come crumbling down. Most men simply want to take back Jerusalem actually. We really do want sex though. It's definitely not accurate to say most men don't want sex. Maybe you should rephrase that as most men want intimacy as well as sex. Had a pregnancy scare with an ex. I was in the beginning phases of crying. I wasn't ready, I didn't make enough, etc. She went on for about 15 minutes about how good of a man I was, and how much me just being me changed her life, how a family couldn't possibly be a problem for me. I lost my shit and cried like a schoolgirl. I knew we were in love and all that, but we'd never really had that deeper conversation about why she loves me or how. It felt like an emotional weight just lifted off. Felt good, man. Most people want sex and emotional intimacy. Not everyone knows how to give and get it. Men are generally more overt about sex because that is often the only thing approaching an emotional exchange we get. Sex is often one of the few ways we get touch, which all humans crave. Most men are starved for real affection. A lot of them go their entire lives without it, and I'm not talking about the basement dweller stereotype. A lot of attractive, regular men in healthy relationships never get it. If you really want to get in a man's head, be genuinely tender and sweet. Be affectionate and loving. It's better than 1,000 blowjobs. I have no interest in the pursuit of sex, a slight interest in the hedonistic pleasure of sex, but an extreme desire of finding someone that simply enjoys me being me. To me that is intimacy. I really wish I didn't have a biological sex drive. I've wasted too much energy and time as a younger man in the shallow pursuit of empty pleasure, and I really don't find it worth the physical or emotional effort to attain and maintain. Fuck sex. I simply want a person who can interact with me in such a way that I feel I have value beyond my worth. But of course, everyone knows all they need to know about what I think of sex simply because I'm a straight male. Right. Disagree. Most men do want sex. Yes, a lot of us also want intimacy, affection, and attention too. But wanting two things at once doesn't somehow mean you don't want one of those things. Most men don't want sex is demonstrably wrong. You could want sex as well as intimacy and positive attention, but men want sex too. Sex is great. Upvoting because I disagree, which is the purpose of this sub. TBH, I would rather hug/lay with someone than fuck em. Are you a man? I don't think most women, maybe most people, actually think a man is more worthy if he has had more sex, partners, though. Maybe no sex at all beyond a certain age is odd, but 10 is not better than 1. I haven't had many boyfriends, only 2, and one was long distance, but my current boyfriend, whom I love dearly, does back this up. Out of the two of us, I'm the more sexually driven, whereas he prefers to just cuddle a lot of the time. But it isn't just one or the other. He does like sex and I like cuddles. It's just the projected stereotypical relationship model in our case is more reversed, haha. We love it though, and quite often make jokes about "not now honey, I have a headache," etc. Overall, I think it's neither gender is more driven one way or the other. I think it depends on the person and the relationship. But I do think men need more cuddles. All the cuddles and validation. No, we definitely want sex. I've got this theory that females want sex more than males, but the assumption is the sex drive males have in puberty remains for the rest of their life. In my experience, from about 25 onwards, I might as well have done a Bruce and cut that shit off, cause I don't need that traitor anymore. Additionally, end of the day, if a female doesn't have any complexes about it, they have the capacity to enjoy it much more. Sex for a male is basically try not to climax, fuck. _pop_, and now you feel lethargic and dirty. As a male, once you realize that the chase is all in your head, you'll notice that there is no shortage of interest providing you're in decent shape. Don't act like you just came down from the mountain, and don't dress like a fucking hobo. I think it's just a result of some failed expression of masculinity or some insecurity about being seen as gay to be wolf whistling at everything with an extra hole. Going to any comment section on r/Gone Wild will probably change your opinion. There was a period of my life when I just wanted sex. Now I want sex, intimacy, and positive attention. This frequently varies. Have to admit, very unpopular opinion. Can't say I agree it but earned an upvote. That's true for me, and when I have rejected the friendship of women who tried to friend zone me, a few got really upset and said that I only wanted sex and should be ashamed of myself. Bullshit. I want a woman to talk to me and be with me and hold me and text me every day to let me know she cares and to say hi and to sit down with me when I'm upset and let me know she's here for me and to kiss me and all that amazing emotional stuff that romantic couples share. But nope, according to some women all I want is sex. Bullshit. I agree with parts of this and disagree with others. It's true that, in theory, social expectations have men pursue and win women over with charm, humor, wealth, or whatever, and women are expected to select which guys meet their standards by being receptive to their advances. I know real life often doesn't play out this way, and both women and men are a great deal more complicated than this basic model. The point is that a man who has had more sexual partners is obviously more successful and apparently more desired by women than, say, a 35-year-old virgin, and we play into that by giving such men higher status than men who can't get laid. Obviously, in a simplistic way, it's encouraged for men to be successful with women and have lots of sex, so of course they will aim for that. At the same time though, we expect to receive hugs, kisses, flowers, chocolates, etc., and women in general get lots of external signs that they are loved, valued, and cared for, while I think men only get that during sex or intimate moments. It's probably another reason for wanting sex with your partner aside from the pleasure aspect. Plus maybe the feeling of being able to sexually please and satisfy your women, I guess.